Good evening, everyone. How are you all? If you're with me, can I see your hands in the air? Nice to see you all. Nice to know that you're with me. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little bit different from what Nigerians like, because I know you guys like Tinkololo. I'm not doing Tinkololo, I'm doing poetry, so I hope it's still going to keep your attention, and I hope that you gain something from it. So let me see, which poem should I do first? Okay, so first I will do It's Okay. So one day I was sitting down in my room, and I was thinking about how many times we as human beings dislike each other over differences, but we forget that we have actually much more things in common than things that we have different from one another. So basically that's where the origins of this poem came from. So here it goes. It's okay. We are different, but it's okay. We are different, but it's okay. We are still the same, although our colors change. Human is our name. Life is like a game of hide and seek. We hide who we are to obtain what we seek. The pride of the strong is the demeaning of the weak, yet many who hide appear on the seventh day of the week. Our differences speak while our contradictions reek of the regurgitating aroma of hypocrisy and deceit. The greatest opponent that we relentlessly attempt to defeat is the painful reminder of our differences, so to speak. But I guess that it's okay. That we are different, I guess that it's okay. That our scars are different, I guess that it's okay. That you don't look at me the same just because of the innate differences in our pain. The irony is no paper is white, non-vacant, and plain. Eventually we run out of erasers to blot out the stains. Revert to indulging in whatever addictions keep us sane. The differences in our self-righteousness are reflected in pain. Whether rays of sunlight or sunshine, the origin is still the same. We all bear the same name, indisputably human. Sometimes attempts to capture happiness, sometimes ends up gruesome. We are bound by our character, defined by our characteristics, expecting the same life that broke our hearts to empathetically fix it, but we've mixed it. No longer able to differentiate between differences and instances. No longer able to differentiate between differences and more sinister things. Maybe we have forgotten the pleasure that accompanies pain. The fact that we are all human, the human in the inhumane. Remember, it is okay. We are different, but it is okay. We are different, but it is okay. Because we are still the same, although our colors change. Human is our name. Thank you. Okay. Thanks, guys. So I hope next time that you look at your neighbor and you feel annoyed, or you feel hurt, or you feel like you want to slap them, you remember that we have more things in common than we have different, okay? So the second poem I'm going to do is a very, I would say, my signature poem. But a lot of people here, I suppose, haven't heard it, so I'll do it again today. So the title of this poem is Ebony. In Nigeria and in a lot of African countries, even in Chinese countries, Indian countries, you know, it's known that the lighter your skin is, the more superior or the better. So it's known as shadeism when we discriminate based on our skin tone. So especially a lot of people, you know, in African countries believe the lighter you are, the higher places that you'll get to, you know, the better you are, the more beautiful you are. So that's something I experienced growing up. So I wrote this poem based on that. So the title of this poem is Ebony. Ebony, Ebony, she is heavy and high in density. They oppress me and suppress me because my skin is as black as an ebony tree. You see, this skin I'm in is now the cause of my captivity. You see, my beauty is no longer skin deep, but as steep as my thick, dark, black skin can reach is as deep as my beauty will ever be. This skin that I refer to as ebony is known amongst my people as ugly, so I weep. Not because the world has rejected me, but because my own race, my own people have become racist towards me. They reject my ebony skin, not knowing it contains so much more melanin. They reject my ebony skin, not knowing that purpose and strength reside within ebony's beautifully defined skin. So much purpose and strength reside within ebony's beautifully defined skin. They declare me bleak, not knowing the meaning of bleak is unpromising. They declare me bleak, promising nothing great will ever erupt from within. They portray me as ugly ebony with evident low self-esteem. I see their looks of pity, and I see their pitiful stares, and I hear them whisper, she's really bleak. And I see their sarcastic snares. Every time they reject my ebony skin, I'm aware, so their words, like a venom of a snake, infiltrates insecurity within, and I'm left pondering on how a black person can reject their own skin. How can they ignorantly celebrate black history when ebony is still in captivity? They oppress me and suppress me, all because my skin is as black as an ebony tree. So I resort to things like one-night stands and bleaching cream to boost my self-esteem. At the sound of the word bleak, my heart becomes weak until I hear a still small voice speak, saying, look beyond the color of your skin, ebony. There is a revelation that lies beyond the color of your skin. So I search for this revelation in history books and black history books, but the information and testimonies in these books only gave me an outlook on how my skin is the beginning of a higher calling. You see, I now see that the pain, patronization, and victimization was only preparation for how I would use my ebony skin to impact and change this nation. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you believe in Africa, make some noise for Elizabeth Adeola. That's what I'm talking about. Coming up next on stage, Root Entertainment Band. It's a young man who kicked off the